Okay, we're going to talk about which formats you can save to in ZBrush. So these projects here are CPR projects, and that's probably the file format I recommend. So I double click the female head here, and I start making some changes to the surface. Whatever I do here, you will see I keep adding this undo history at the top, and I can go back in time right here. When I save the project, I can choose whether I want to include that history or not. And just a side note is that once you get large sculpts and you've been working on the model for quite a while, it's very important to be aware of this because this will create very large files. So you can keep it or just uncheck that box and save as, and that will save a CPR project. What you don't want to do, probably, is just to go to the document and hit Save As. The document, in other words, don't use this. This is only to store the current document you're looking at here in ZBrush, and you will actually lose your work. So, to be a bit more clear here, the document we're looking at is actually more of a 2.5D kind of a illustration tool. So, this is the way ZBrush was initially intended, although I don't think many artists use it this way today. But we can place this 3D object in edit mode. And then when I click out of edit mode, I can no longer rotate. If I click here, I'm just drawing out new instances of this model. And I can draw many of them. And I'm actually just dropping these down to this sort of 2.5D space. So whenever I draw it out, I need to go here and click edit mode or press T. Now I can rotate around like normal. And then to get rid of all these instances that are now kind of dropped down to the canvas, I can hit Control N, and that's to create a new document. So we don't really save the document. I do recommend saving as a project file. The other format you can use, you can click right here. This is to save as CTL, a C tool. And that's just the model. So you will keep everything that you've sculpted and all the subdivision levels, and everything associated with your sculpt will be in that format as well. So you can use that, but the project file will just save everything you've been working on within that specific ZBrush project. So. Yeah, so those are basically the two formats you can choose from, and just stay away from the document and you should be good. I'm just going to mention something that I see happen a lot. You probably will notice this when you're working. Is that you're dropping, it seems like ZBrush is kind of bugging out or something, but what you did there is that you accidentally hit Shift S, and I probably see this with students all the time, like starting out sculpting, and it seems like something really wrong it went down, but actually it's very simple to get rid of. Again, just press Control N for a new document and you should be good. And as long as you're within edit mode in the currently selected C tool, you can sculpt. So Shift S will actually drop that down to 2.5D, and it's kind of nice if you just want a quick look dev like this. I can drop these instances down. So you want to show off your model quickly to your classmates or an art director or whoever. It's a nice little feature for that, but just be aware of that. And so this is the currently selected C tool. I can also click here and select other C tools. So this icon just tells you which one of these are currently active. So I can do the star or the cylinder. These are just kind of default. They're just in here by default. And the female head, and again now this kind of dropped down, so Control N. I can now draw that onto the surface, click T, back in edit mode, and I can rotate around.